You are a poppy seed bagel, and today we're going to speak about the trap with Soylana. Of course, friends, Soylana. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. After seeing Soylana go up for the past 6 months, after seeing the glorious rally and everybody in crypto speaking about Soylana, have a quick guess how much you think it's beaten Ethereum by. How much do you think? It's up 5x, 10x in 6 months? All right, well, the answer is actually less than a 2x. Only 55%. Right here. In 6 months. You're scratching your head. You're like, wait a minute. You've been hearing about it everywhere. It's literally maximum exposure. Raoul Pal is 90% exposed in it. You're telling me it's only done a 55% move in the past 6 months? Yes. Yes. So what's actually happening? Well, what's actually happened, friends, is because it was the only thing moving out of the core coins, it became like a chosen one, if you will. It had its own narrative. All the other influencers have given up on the rest of their bags. They are too scared to have conviction in anything else. So they just all recommended Soylana, Soylana, Soylana. That's what happens, friends. We've gone through the same thing. Now, here's the interesting part. There are things that have been tracked, friends, and people have... So shout out to everyone doing this research. They've grabbed influencers, all the mainstream influencers, the biggest names, all of them, and they've tried to like overlay what coins they recommend. Now, let me tell you something. As soon as I heard this, I'm like, oh, great. That'll be a great series of coins not to buy. What do the influencers who do this data talk about? They talk about, well, now that all these influencers like these coins, they should be great to buy. I'm like, oh my God, they're doing it wrong all over again, friends. It plays like Angel Music because they just never figure it out, do they? Like, the crowd is always wrong. You guys are all in Soylana. You're all in. It's kind of funny, man. There's so many people in the comment section. Shout out to the Soy Boy Virgin Cucks out here. Literally, in 6 months, 55%. That's what you are calling the new paradigm of finance? 55%? Friends, Dick with Butt literally did a freaking 8x rally, a 700% rally in like 2 weeks. 2 weeks, not from the start, from the dip, okay? So we can have a look at it here. I mean, you're talking about Soylana. Like, you are here actually talking about Soylana. You are up, there you go, 6.8x on the dot. Actually went up higher. If you go to the bottom, like, check this out, man. There you go, 8.2x. That's just this, man. What about Landwolf? What about all these other great coins? You're actually telling me that the crowd is going to be right? Okay, so all major crypto influencers, friends, this is data collected to show, see the spike all the way up here. See this coin up here, Soylana. So basically, all these other coins, they try to overlay all these coins. So each bar is a different coin. Soylana here is literally the most picked coin out of all the influencers. You see that? There's only one green bar here. One green bar, and then there's 3 coins here which are in 4 out of them. It's probably could be like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and like something else, for example. Okay, and it's just nuts. It's nuts. It's literally #1 consensus. Okay, sweet. Now it's funny, right? If you're listening out there, the crowd is always wrong, and the game of speculation is everybody has currency units, and when everybody is long and in love with something, it means they've already allocated their currency units to it, which usually means there's not many people outside there who want to get in anymore because they're already in. Okay, that's what it means on average. Doesn't mean like the price can't go up from there or whatever. Just showing you on average, it's a mindset to think about. So it just tells me once again, the crowd don't know poop. And they are always trapped in crowd consensus again and again. They were trapped in 2023. Oh my gosh, the amount of times, friends. Oh man, by the way, it was interesting that the amount of times the crowd was trapped in 2022, 2023 with what they thought was going to pump next, and they got it absolutely wrong. Not even close to being right, friends. Like, I just got to remind you, this is the funniest part, okay? I don't want to call any of them out individually because I just like feel sorry for them, but these mainstream YouTubers, friends, I'm watching them with you, okay? They had, and I'm not kidding, when I saw their wallets, they were allocated 86% stable coins down here. Okay, literally 86%. I'm not kidding. Even more. Most of them. They weren't touching. They weren't touching. All down here. A lot of them not touching out here. Then what I found interesting was, after Bitcoin goes up and does this rally up here, okay, now we are in July of that year. Now they said, oh yeah, I was buying stuff in the bear market. No, you weren't. No, you weren't, bro. I got your wallet. We saw your wallets. In fact, you didn't have to look at their wallets, friends. We have your videos. You don't even remember what you were saying back here. I remember what I was saying. They were not buying whatsoever. They were waiting. Everybody was waiting. And guess what? These same people are now telling me, guess what? Soylana is now the future of finance with your magnificent plus 55% rally in 6 months. Wow. Wow. Golly gee, the crowd, friends. They might actually get it right this time. It's just kind of fascinating, right? So with all that Soylana cheering in that past 6 months, are you surprised, friends? Like, wow, you're up 55%. You guys are acting like you're up 16x, 20x. Nuts. And right, just to repeat, the entire crypto industry is recommending Soylana in their portfolio. So that's the whole point of this. The mainstream YouTubers, influencers, they put it as a must-have, a must-own. Friends, they're all frauds, okay? They're all frauds. I'm just telling you now, they're all frauds. That they have absolutely no idea what the fuck they're doing. They got no idea. Not even just a tiny bit idea. They have so little self-awareness, it's not even funny anymore. How come I can sit here and see all of this? Am I gifted? I don't think so. I think I'm just a peanut brain. Like you, I'm in the trenches here with you. I'm like, oh wow, you're on the same side again. You can't see that? You're all sucking each other off with Soylana and you're only up 55%. Crazy. By the way, you couldn't make it any more obvious. You had a racist coin narrative. The crowd, once again, will be wrong on Sol. But here's a funny part, right? Being wrong on Sol, what does that actually mean, friends? It doesn't mean, okay, you disappeared to zero. No. It could mean over the next year, all right? It could mean that it could even go back, touch the high, and then come back down, fade off, and you're actually back here. You're like, oh, we've actually gone nowhere. By the way, that'll be around an 18 months of going nowhere. 18 months, you've made no gains pretty much. No excess return on ETH. That might be an example of what happens. But hey, people are going to have to find out the hard way. And I want to share with you some stats. Soylana, right, it's still minting inflation 6 to 8% per year. They are unlocking $10 million of daily volume. $10 million. And they don't get sold yet. They're not getting sold immediately. So I'm just showing you, this inflation over time, it's harder and harder to keep all the boats going up because we all know market cap does matter. And you can't warp reality to tell people it doesn't. So after seeing all that, what do you think? Well, you think, wait a minute. If all the mainstream influencers are trapped on Soylana, what aren't they touching? Well, that's what we don't know what the next thing is going to be. I don't know what it's going to be. I can just tell you right now, I buy deep value contrarian. I don't know when they're going to move up. I don't know when. All right. Always Warren Buffett's principle because it works. It's look for something cheap and just freaking hold it. And that's it. All right. That's it. Don't try to guess the narrative or the cycle. Is it over or not? You look for something cheap. Looking for something cheap doesn't mean it's made 3 series of new all-time highs and now you're running in after it's gone up 48x in 3 months, which is most of the Soylana and Coinbase coins. That's not getting in cheap. Do you understand? That's buying high to sell higher. You know what? You want to know why? Because you want to know why. You already know this, friends. Every single person in Coinbase, just example, their thesis is that there are a lot of suckers who are going to bridge in from Coinbase exchange or just like swap in directly, and they're just going to go buy the top of their poop coins. So what they're saying is they're basically saying to you, hey, I know I'm an idiot for buying high, but there are bigger fools out there. They are the actual greater fools, if you will. I'm just a little fool. I'm buying high, but they're actually going to buy it higher off me. We'll see. Yeah, they might buy it higher off you, but you might have a like 12-month rinsing of minus 90% lower to give you a chance to sell the bottom first before they come and buy higher. You know, that's something to always think about. Now, friends, I want to quickly throw this in as well. Look at this. This Coinfessions Rekt. I bought Bitcoin and Ethereum at the top. January 2018. Dreams and hopes extinguished and reignited. I'm still holding and can pay off my new house without my bank if I sell now. In the meantime, my wife gave birth to my children. They both have Asperger's and I have a broken back now. I look at my portfolio and I don't even care. Just want to run away and disappear from life. Money is not happiness. So I want to share that, friends, because it's a touching story. But there's a comment from my friend, Mr. Mean, who actually hits the nail on the head. He goes, if he didn't have the Bitcoin and Ethereum, he would have felt even worse. All right? Just keep this in the back of your mind with me as we venture through this bull market. Because every story where people go, well, I bought the top, it came back, I got hope again. Every story, friends, pretty much is due to Bitcoin and Ethereum coming back. Every story, friends. Now, there's few exceptions. Doge, Cardano. We don't have many exceptions, though. There's like 98 others. Didn't work out so nice. You kept bleeding and bleeding and bleeding and bleeding, wasting your time, spinning your wheels. So that's something you just got to respect. However, we can't deny this. Ethereum is now in its third cycle. All right, third cycle curse. Something's going to happen, man. Is ETH BTC going to do horrendous this bull market? Is it not even going to go to 0.10? Is it only going to stop at 0.07, 0.08 and trap everyone again? That's something to think about too. We don't know. I can tell you right now, you don't have to wait and find out later on. You can be in juicy, sexy altcoins that start from zero now, that have fair launches or just deep discount prices. You can be in them now and not have to worry about that later on. You don't, like if Ethereum goes to $7,500, you don't need it to go to 20K, but many others do because they did not take enough risk. All right. That's your ultimate advantage out here. So you've known Soylana, everybody's stacked in them. Sweet. You know the narrative is going to move around. It's going to move to something else, friends. Like there's never been a freaking crypto narrative where everything's just solved to stick in that. It's always moving around. It's very, very hard to tame the mind of the market. But you don't know how long, if ever, the things you hold will ever get their time to shine. You just don't know. People will tell you it's coming, it's coming. Don't believe it, man. It's dopamine dealing. They don't know. All right, they don't know. You hope, okay, Bitcoin breaks a high, it takes some time. Hope and cope. All right, but just you map everything out. We are due for the run at the end of this year. We're due. And it could be, yes, another 6 months. It could be, that's why I always, friends, just add an extra year, just in case. It could make us wait to December 2025. That's always been my philosophy from the start, just to protect us from any disappointment. Make sure you like, subscribe, bell button, or catch you soon.